Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stephanie and welcome to any new viewers and welcome back to those who've watched my other videos as well. Today I'm going to be doing a review and first impressions of the Anastasia Beverly Hills stick foundation, which looks like this. I'm going to be giving you all of my thoughts and how it wears, how it feels on the skin and what I think of it. Is it good value for money? Is it worth going out and buying? Thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and do subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you like it, and I'll get started with the review. So for you regulars, you might notice my hair is a little bit different. I've had my hair extensions taken out. I had real human hair extensions in that were like put in at the hairdresser. I've had those in for quite a few months, and now I'm just giving my hair a little break from them, and so now it's all natural and a lot shorter. Yeah, let's get started with the review of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation. So I got this, and I got this in shade Warm Ivory. So this retails for $25, which is around £19 in the UK, and you can get it at the Anastasia Beverly Hills website, or I got this from Sephora website and they do ship to the UK. And also this comes in a lot of shades, so they've got from very fair skin shades, so the Warm Ivory falls into the fair shades, and then they've got medium shades, more tanned, and then for dark skin as well. So it looks like this, it comes like this. It's a nice stick foundation, and it's meant to be a medium buildable foundation, and it says it's a highly pigmented buildable cream foundation stick with a natural matte finish, ideal for normal to oily skin types. So I do have normal combination skin, which means some areas are a little bit oily, some are a bit dry, and some bits are normal. So this should be good for me. So it looks like this, and it comes with a little twisty stick, and yeah, so far so good. Let's get started and applying it to the face. And like I said, it does come in lots of different shades, so some foundations don't have such a good breadth of shades, and this is Warm Ivory is a warm golden undertone. They have some neutral undertones and red undertones, which is really great for meeting the right colour for lots of different people. So to start off, I'm going to prep the face with my Becca Backlight primer. I'm just going to use this because it's one of my favourites and it gives a little bit of radiance. So that is the primer, so let's get started with the foundation. So I'm just going to go with other stick foundations, I just draw it straight on to the face, bend it down a little bit, and that's a good colour match for my fair skin. When you are ordering online, it's always like a bit of a risk, but the good thing about Sephora, they really give you a lot of detail of like, is it for light, is it for medium, is it for medium light, and also the undertone, so you can try to get the right shade for you. So I'm doing 4 along each area of my face, and then we will see 4 swipes, and then we will see how much coverage that gives, and then if we need to bring more, I'll do 3 on the nose. The nice thing about this is it is a lot cheaper than the Hourglass stick foundation. Okay, so now I'm just going a little bit more generous, especially over areas like moles or any areas that you want to specifically cover. Just go a bit more generous, and then we can blend out. And then, so that's quite a lot of little swipes I've just done. We will see if that's enough, and if it's not, we can always add more. So to blend out, I'm going to use my Morphe M439 brush, which is one of my favourite foundation brushes, to blend out, and we're just going to tap motions and then patting and then little circles to blend that out. So far I really like the colour. It was very handy on the stick just to apply it straight to your face. That was very easy. I am becoming quite a fan of stick foundations with the Hourglass one and Bobbi Brown stick foundation, and this foundation stick's a lot cheaper than those other two. So colour wise, I'm liking the shade. It is so far quite, it's not a super full coverage at the moment, but I'll keep blending and we'll see how that goes. And like when you're using product for the first time, you never really know how much you should put on. and as it does say, it's a medium to buildable, so you can put a bit more on to get a more full coverage. But yeah, it's looking very skin-like in the sense of like it's sitting nicely on the skin. It's not looking cakey. It's blended out really quickly and really nicely. So that's the first layer. That's giving quite good coverage. You can still see a little bit of pink on my cheeks, and you can see my moles and my little freckly bits through. With most foundations, unless it's a very full coverage, I would still get sort of seeing those, but this one normally does cover up a bit more than what that is. This is a quite light coverage, and also this freckle here, it's quite easy to cover those two, normally with a more strong full coverage foundation. So I'm going to go back in again, sort of on the cheek areas where the coverage I want to build a bit more. But the colour and the texture of this is really nice. I'm really liking the colour and the way they had so many colours to pick from. So I'm just doing little, going generous. How many grams do you get in this? So it's a 9 gram weight of product. So I'm aware that I don't want to like use the whole product and waste it all, but I do want to build it up a little bit more. But yeah, it's sitting really nice on the skin, and I can see why they said it's good for normal to oily, because it's definitely a satin finish and it's not feeling greasy. It's feeling definitely satin, but it's not too matte where it's like, well, it says it's a matte satin. I think it said matte finish. Yeah, it's a natural matte finish, which means I think by putting that other primer from Becca Backlighting Primer, it's actually helped give a little bit more radiance, but it is still pretty matte, which is good. It should last quite long. I feel like if you had oily skin, like really oily skin, you wouldn't need to do, you'd probably be using a more primer such as Pore Professional or something that's mattifying, and then that would help even more. And then if you've got dry skin, I feel like you would want to put a dewy primer, illuminating one, so that you're bringing radiance and helping with the dryness. But because I've got normal to combination, I'm really liking the finish of this. It looks really, really good, and for the price, wow, I'm really impressed. The coverage isn't super heavy, but then I feel like on an everyday foundation, I don't always need it to be super full coverage. It's definitely probably more of a day foundation, I feel, than a night foundation. If you want like a really heavy look, you'd need to use a lot of the product. I've gone quite generous with this, and I would say it's more of a medium coverage at the moment. But once I put on my concealer, set it, and finish my makeup, often foundations look more sort of together, and it makes it easier to review once you've done your full makeup and see how it sits with everything else. But as it stands at the moment, the colour's really good. The finish feels really nice for my skin type, which is combination. The coverage is quite medium, but so far I'm liking it. So let's go and finish the rest of the makeup. Hey guys, so this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation stick with all of the makeup on top that I would normally do, like my lips, eyes, bronzing, highlight and blush, and I set the whole foundation with the RCMA no colour translucent powder, as that's what I would normally do. So I just wanted to do my normal makeup, daytime makeup look with these sort of nude lips and a little bit of a smoky, bronzy eye. So I do really like this foundation. It looks really natural on the skin and just looks like your skin but better, and it isn't like super heavy, but it covers enough, if that makes sense. So I feel like it is a more medium foundation, but I really like it, and I feel like for oily or combination or even normal skin, it's really good at not looking greasy and feeling matte but not too matte. And for those with oilier skin than myself, I feel like if you use a more hydrating primer, then I feel like you might like this as well. It so far hasn't been sitting in the lines, which is really nice, and it blended it out really easy. So I am going to go and just do my normal day life stuff, go gym, do some errands and see how it wears throughout the day, and I will check back in and let you know if it's worn well. It doesn't promote itself as being long wear, but after you wear a foundation for a few hours, you sort of can see how it sits and how well it lasts, because sometimes foundations can look really great straight away and then actually by an hour of wearing it, it's not that good. So I will check in a couple of hours and just see how it's going and what I think as I wear it throughout the day. But yeah, as I said, at the moment I'm really like this for daytime sort of foundation, everyday foundation stick look. I feel like it's really nice, and for the price it's very affordable. In the UK it's equivalent of £19, so it is cheaper than MAC foundations and just at £4 more expensive than something like a L'Oreal foundation. So I feel like for the quality it is actually very reasonably priced, and I do like Anastasia Beverly Hills products. So far so good, and I will check back in a little bit. Hey guys, so just checking back in on how the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation stick has been wearing. It's been on for a little while now and it's still sitting really nice in the skin. It's hasn't let any of my oils come through in my sort of oily T-zone area, and it's also been sitting really nicely in any of my sort of fine line area, like under my eyes, around my smile lines, and little wrinkles in my forehead. It's been not sitting in my fine lines at all. It's really sitting lovely, still like my own skin look, giving a nice sort of medium coverage in a very natural day way. So it's been wearing really nicely, and I am really loving this foundation. I would really recommend this foundation actually for anyone who's got normal to oily skin or combination like myself. I really like it, and it's just actually looks really good for during the day, and it wears really well. It doesn't move, and it stayed put on my nose, which is really good because that is sort of an oily area for me. So I really do recommend it, and would highly recommend that anyone who's wanting to try a new foundation gives this stick foundation a go, as it is affordable. It's a little bit more expensive than drugstore, but it's not too much more expensive than drugstore, and for a foundation £19 or $25 is actually very reasonable for a higher end product. So it's getting 2 thumbs up from me, and yeah, I really liked it. I think my favourite bits about it is the way the finish is that matte, but it's not too matte, and you can put highlight on top to make it look glowy, or put a primer under to give more radiance, and it just sits really nicely on the skin. It doesn't go cakey, and it seems to just sort of sit on top of your fine lines, and it doesn't sit in them, which is really good. So yeah, I'm really glad I bought it, and like I said, they've got really good skin colour ranges. So yeah, really happy that I got this, and thanks guys for taking the time to watch my review, and I hope you guys like this video. If you've tried Anastasia Beverly Hills, if you've got the same skin as me or different skin type, please leave me comments below. I really like to hear your thoughts on foundations if you've tried it as well. I feel like if you've got wanting a really super full coverage, then this isn't a great foundation for you, but if you want a sort of everyday medium coverage foundation, then it's a really nice foundation. But yeah, do subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!